Hi, we're the Psychic Twins.
I'm Terry.
And I'm Linda.
And we're here with YouTube's favorite dad, Peter Monn.
Yay, Peter!
Thank you for having me. This is so cool.
We're so delighted to
fans
meet
of your
you.
channel.
I'm a huge fan of yours
Amazing.
too.
Oh, how sweet.
I'm really
Thank
nervous
you.
about this
That's
too. Yeah.
sweet.
Oh, you know, I'm
Well, don't be
excited. I'm
relaxed.
excited. But, you know,
It's going to be fun. We'll have fun. Who knows what spirit is going to come in.
I'm excited.
We never really know. But we do the automatic writing, as you may have seen. Actually,
Okay.
it looks like this. These are just some of the pages I showed you. That's what
Oh,
it looks
wow.
like.
Okay.
And so we're channeling from other dimensions, accessing information fields. And
Okay.
sometimes we do mediumship.
tell our viewers a little bit about your channels.
Okay, so I have 5 channels.
Wow.
And and I actually started with a BookTube channel because I wrote a book in
that right?
2014.
Yes.
And so my publisher said, reach out to some booktubers. I didn't even know what BookTube was at the time, and it's a community of people that talk about books.
I love it.
So I started there, and then one day I had another channel that I had put some kind of just silly videos on.
Yes.
It's called Peter Monn.
Okay.
And I was watching videos about Jeffree Star and Kat Von D, and they were drama videos, and I didn't even know drama community existed.
Yeah.
So I made commentary on it, and
Wow.
that
How long ago was that?
that was in September 1st of 2016.
Oh,
so it's been a little bit over, yeah.
That's not that
Yeah,
long.
no, not at all.
I thought you'd been
And,
doing it longer.
No, I have no, and
Wow.
I mean, I had posted other videos before, but
Yes.
just silly stuff. And so that started, and then I was real resistant to people saying I was a drama channel, like a gossip channel.
Yeah.
And
But you're more than that.
you're-
Your commentary, you're very encouraging. You're very inspiring.
you.
You're
are.
a natural counselor.
Yeah,
I feel
you
like
are.
you're all heart,
Yeah.
Peter.
Thank you, I
You
appreciate
know,
it.
you really are sincerely from the heart, you guys.
Yeah.
You got to check out Peter's.
yeah, I always
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
talk about whatever the drama is that's going on, and then kind of give some advice. Like that's like from my own life
Which is so
experience.
unusual.
Right,
I mean,
that's
most
unusual.
YouTubers don't do that, and we have, the benefit of experience.
Yeah.
I really feel like you're so authentic and so real, and people feel that from you, and that I think is unusual for a YouTuber as
Absolutely.
well. So believe me, we've collabed with like so many YouTubers, and I wanted to tell you that. I just want you to know that you inspire us, and we just
Well,
love your
thank you.
channel.
That means a
Yeah,
lot to me.
you have a high level of emotional intelligence, which I think is unusual these days for anybody to be that in touch with their emotions and willing to show them.
Yes.
Especially on camera, that's hard to do.
I think it's important for me to add too. I've also been sober since I was 22.
Oh,
So yeah, so I've been sober for 24 years. I'm
Wow.
active in the 12-step program.
Wow.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I think
Wow.
like I always kind
Bravo.
of look at things from that point of view. From like an inventory. What can we learn from
Yeah.
this?
Yes,
you
that's
can't
good.
get up if you haven't fallen down. Learning from our mistakes. I always believe in
That's
that.
right,
So.
Peter. Same with us.
It's so encouraging because, because you've been in the school of life, the spirit guides are saying, you have really been able to learn how to encourage others from the heart. And that's why we go through all this, crap in life, is so we can teach other people.
Yes.
I just
That's right.
feel like you're a manifester in this life, and you really
like
even
that.
predicted you would be here.
Yes, you did.
You didn't you? You
Well,
said,
I'm
gonna meet them.
It's interesting because they're two of the most professional people I've ever met in my entire
Oh.
life. I mean, honest to God, like YouTube's an interesting world, and
Oh, yeah.
I sometimes think that I'm much too old for YouTube. But they were so good with like confirming it and whatever. But I'm such a believer in putting things out there in the universe and seeing what happens with it, and
I
those
love
things that
that.
come back are supposed to, and those
Love
things that don't, and not really questioning it a lot.
Yes.
I'm really a believer in the journey.
Same.
And that where I am is where I'm supposed to be.
I
Yes,
mean,
you're really trusting spirit.
You're
Yeah.
like a guru at this point. I mean, basically.
I wish.
I mean,
God, I wish.
how many people would say yes? I really
Yeah,
think
it's
you
hard
are.
though because it's like even when it's stuff that you like don't want it to be happening. I look at that, and that's the recovery stuff is acceptance and looking at okay, there's a reason
yes.
why this is in my life. I might not know why it's there right now, but there's a reason why this is here in my
Yes,
life.
yes.
And just trusting the process and the journey. And I am a
That's-
really
that's
highly
what it's
spiritual
about.
person.
I
have a,
believe that.
higher
I
power
can tell
and
by
all
your
that, so.
eyes that you're psychic too.
Yes.
You are very
Very.
psychic.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Look
I got
at his
some-
eyes. Look at his. Look at the camera. Peter.
I got some
Yes.
past lives on you, but we'll talk about
Okay.
those on.
I'm nervous
Do you
about the
wanna talk
past
about-
life
Oh
thing.
my
I've
gosh,
always
I'm
wanted
so
to do that.
excited.
Well, you had a past life in Greece.
Oh yeah.
That was a Greek god,
You-
right?
oh, okay.
I'm told that all the time.
We'll all agree on that. You know what?
Especially when I'm at the buffet.
You were a thinker. You were actually, in ancient Greece, there's 11th century, you were a scholar. And in those days, that was the thinker, the philosopher. And I think very often people were persecuted for their views, their philosophies. And you were one of those people. I think that's why you like to philosophize in this life. We say that 5 times fast. That's fine. But I think, you are a philosopher and in this life. And so it feels like it goes back to an ancient life when you were really helping a lot of people, but you were also persecuted for it.
Well, here's an interesting past life.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You were the leader of an Egyptian mystery school, and you were a magician, you were a healer. This was 1600 BC, mind you. This was really ancient times. But any connection with Egypt, magic, healing, because you are a healer in this life.
Yeah.
That's really weird because I have a kind of a weird fascination with that time period.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. I
Yeah.
love that. I
Is
love when
that
people
so?
connect to what's coming in.
Also felt you were an architect in a past life and an astrologer came
Okay.
in as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Which surprised me, but in a way not. I really think you have you're guided by the stars, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
That you're just it's almost like, maybe that's because you're ruled by the moon on your particular birth date. The moon and the number 2. And that means that you are very childlike, very open. The moon is a dreamy and emotional kind of person.
Moonchild. I get this all my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
really?
yes, and a truth seeker too, and
Yeah.
that's a big mission of yours in this life.
Very much so. You get to the bottom of every issue that I've noticed. You really get to the heart of it. And it's just purely to help people. It isn't for your own benefit. And I feel like, was there a murder mystery in either your family? I feel like there was some question about, was it suicide? Was it murder? There was some murder mystery in your past?
Well, we were just talking about this. I'm always kind of surrounded by, I'm very interested in true crime and things like that. You're talking about in my personal.
Yes, in your whole
Connected with your family.
ancestry, connected with your family.
Like it would be
family.
somebody that was murdered in my life?
or suicide where it was questionable.
Where it was sort of
Yes.
a mystery.
like they died, but you weren't sure.
Yes.
You're
There
thinking of
was.
someone.
Yes.
Who would that be? You don't have to say.
Just
Okay, it could be
something.
somebody related to my best friend.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, or it could also be, I'm kind of wondering, so my grandfather was a homicide detective.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, that could be it.
Yeah, and he solved the very first
Is that
murder
right?
case that ever happened in Fort Wayne,
Oh.
Indiana, and he was in True Crime magazine for it. Yeah, True Detective magazine.
That's really cool.
I
We'll have to
love
talk about that on your
that.
channel.
Yeah, but I have a lot. Here's the thing: is that I was talking to them about my mother and my aunt had both passed away. There's a lot of
your
family
mom came
history that is very ambiguous that I didn't learn about until after they passed away.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When I hear about deaths now, there's always 2 stories to everything. So yes, it could be that way.
Because you weren't necessarily told the truth.
Correct.
Right,
Correct.
right. Well, there's also a drug overdose. Somebody's coming in who passed from an
Feels
overdose
like a male,
or drug-related
a male friend
problem.
died drug-related.
It feels like male.
Okay.
Who was
well,
that?
And
A lot.
A lot of people.
okay.
Yeah.
Did one have an M initial, either first or last name?
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to say Michael.
yeah.
Okay.
Last name.
Okay. And so
middle name Michael.
Okay.
Michael, middle name.
Oh.
Okay. When there's more than one first name person, we usually get a middle name
Okay.
to differentiate. You know what? They love you so much, and they're saying thank you.
Aw.
You did try. You tried with me, he's saying. And he's saying, you were a good friend. I wish I had been more like you.
Aw.
I wish I'd been more like you. Okay, as long as we're on the subject, your mother's coming in very strong.
She's been here all morning,
And,
actually, Peter. Your mom
yeah.
is really strong.
Yeah.
She cares so much for
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing because she is saying, this is important for you to hear, Peter.
Okay.
She's saying, you did the right thing, but you need to forgive yourself. It was my time to go. You need to forgive yourself. Does that mean anything to you?
I think on 2 different levels, yeah.
Okay. I feel like you really feel guilty, like you're holding on
Yeah.
to guilt around her death.
Right.
We believe that we all survive death. All of us. Our
I
souls
believe that,
survive
yeah.
death. Do you?
Yeah,
this
I do.
isn't the end of the road for us.
I don't feel as guilty as I did before.
Good.
But I think anybody having to make some decisions like that, especially as an only child and it's all on your shoulders, I was like,
They're saying you did the right thing. I think it's your mom who's trying to come with the help of
Yes.
angels. Sometimes they're accompanied by angels, so
Okay.
we can understand what they're saying. And she's saying you did the right thing. Don't question it.
okay.
The hearing is the last to go. It's the last faculty, the last of the senses to go.
Yeah.
She heard everything that you said. And so she's saying, I love you so much. I will see you again.
Yes.
She's with her
She's
mother.
with her parents. Her parents
And-
passed. She's with a small dog. Did she have a dog long ago, dog?
Every time I go to see a psychic, they always talk about this.
The dog?
Seriously, every time. Yeah.
How funny.
But
Because
go
I
ahead.
don't often
But go
bring
ahead.
that up in reading. But yeah, she's with a dog and she's so close to this little dog. It's like, was it, what kind of dog was it?
It was a wire-haired fox terrier.
Oh.
I told them when I was coming over here this morning, I said, I just felt like my mom was around me, but I always,
Yes.
And so I was like getting ready, and I thought to myself, and I had this weird feeling. She was like, if they say something about the dog, and I'm like, true story. No, I really did think that.
No
But it's
way.
really
That's
interesting.
so cool. I love it
Because it's
when...
one thing I don't talk a lot about in any of my
Right,
videos
right,
was the
right.
dog that I had when I was growing up.
Right.
With my
Okay.
mom. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I love that.
That's good validation.
I feel like your
Yeah.
mother was like you, very intuitive.
Very.
She's very feisty. She's coming in with a very
Funny.
feisty personality.
Funny.
Was there a garden? Because she's talking about a garden.
There wasn't, but she wanted to.
She wanted to garden.
Yeah, and every summer, and I talk about this on my vlog a lot actually.
I do.
She has like, I really want to do something with the backyard, but I don't. And I always get this like feeling like, and she used to just say, I like my hands in the dirt.
Oh, how
And-
about that?
Yeah, and so she's all. And I always
Garden.
think my mom would want me to have a garden back here.
Yes, how funny, because I feel like she brought us together with you today.
I do too.
Absolutely had a hand in it. Also, did you meet Alex, your husband, after she passed?
Yes.
She brought
Brought
you
you
together.
together.
Okay.
She brought you together.
That's what she's
Have
saying.
you ever heard that from a psychic before? I'm curious.
Referenced, but not really just like that.
Interesting.
Right.
It's weird because there are
Right.
moments when I'm with his family that, like, because my whole family, it was like when she passed away, then everybody else went, except for my one cousin.
Wow, you lost a lot.
And I sometimes sit there with his family and I think, it's like weird. It's like my family just like flipped and I got like a replacement family. And I'm not alone. Because one of my fears as an
Oh, I
only
love
child
that.
was that I would always just be alone, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, because you were lonely.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be so hard because we don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
We've been together since even before day one. You know, I feel like you are such an empathic person, and a lot of times your depression feels more like you're picking up on other people and all their emotions.
Yes.
Because you're so sensitive. You're so sensitive to
an
other
empath.
people's feelings, right? Peter?
Yeah, I have a hard time actually like going to like places where there's a lot of crowds. And
too.
it was I have a story that's kind of strange. Oh, sorry,
Oh, sorry,
that's kind of
no,
strange.
please.
So Dan Weldon, the race car driver, passed away, and we have the Indy 500 in Indianapolis.
I
And
heard
so-
the name Dan.
Oh, we got Dan.
Oh, that's
weird.
so
yeah, we
weird.
both did, but I wrote
I did
Dan.
too.
Oh my god, that's so strange.
I did too. Like I just.
Okay, well,
wanted to
I
show
don't know
you Dan
why.
Right here.
Because I didn't know a whole lot about this person, right? But I was kind of fascinated because he was like, you know, big deal in Indianapolis that year and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up, and I need to tell you, I woke up sobbing, bawling my eyes out. I couldn't figure it out
Whoa.
why. And I picked up my phone and I looked at it, and I don't remember what the time was. But then I went back to bed, and I was kind of like trying to fall asleep. And later
Mm-hmm.
I woke up, and I found out that he was doing trials at the race, and he had died, like coming around, like,
Oh,
like
no
that
kidding.
day.
a turn that day.
No
And the
kidding.
time was the time that I had woken up.
Oh,
Wow.
see,
So weird.
that's how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
That's
that's how it works.
mediumship, and
Yeah.
you have the gift
Yeah,
of
you do.
being a medium. You can communicate with those who.
Extremely.
I told him, I said, I have these feelings, but I don't even ever know what to do with them.
Oh well, we're going to cover that on Peter's channel.
Yeah.
I have so many questions for
Yes.
you guys.
Oh,
We
good.
have a lot of
good.
answers for you, too.
Good. I just feel your mother just wanted you to know. Your mother just wanted you to know how proud she is of you.
Yes.
And she sees your success.
I
and
felt
she
that too.
and she loves
Yeah.
Alex, and she thinks you're great together.
Aw.
You guys are
And
really
she's-
soulmates, aren't
She's
you?
really happy for you.
I really feel you're
Alex and I?
soulmates. Yeah, you and Alex.
He does not like that word. He doesn't believe necessarily in soulmates. And
Okay.
I do, and it was something that when we first got together, I
Yes.
struggled with. But I think there's a, you know, like he believes very much that it's a meeting of souls at a certain time in life, and
That's
it
right.
isn't necessarily like, oh,
Yeah.
we were supposed to be
I
together.
get that.
right.
If he was sitting here, he would say, I believe we're supposed to be together in this life. I don't know that we're supposed to be soulmates, but
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but I see you guys together.
But
for a
I
very
feel that
long
way,
time.
so-
You've been
Yeah,
together a long
yeah,
time, and
yeah.
you've been together a long time.
We have,
Been
yeah.
through a lot.
Yes, you have.
I feel like there's a past life with Alex, actually, that you
Oh.
were married with Alex in England. You were the wife in that lifetime, Peter. Make sense?
this is
Kind
freaking me
of?
out because I read that book, Many Lives, Many Masters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this
Yes,
just
yeah.
reminds me a lot of that.
Really? Is
that right?
Yeah, I've never had a past
Say.
life reading before, so.
That's fascinating because
yeah.
I've read that book and
Yeah,
he
years
talks
ago.
about past lives. He's not
Brian
a psychic,
Weiss.
but Brian Weiss is a psychologist who
Yes.
talks about past lives. And I totally feel like you guys were together in England and you even had a past life as an actor in Spain. I was going to ask you, did you do any
I
acting
got
in this
Madrid.
life?
I got
I
Madrid.
did when I was younger.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do when I was a
Really?
kid.
Is
yeah,
that
I did a lot
right?
of, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So what happened? You just gave it up or you...
I have a lot of social anxiety. I know people have a hard time believing
I
that.
do too.
Like,
Yes.
you're on YouTube, but I'm like, I'm sitting here with like, I mean, the only person I have to get nervous about is you guys.
I'm
so,
shocked that
and
you,
him.
I wouldn't ask
You know,
it.
but yeah, I have tons of social anxiety and I have a hard
I
time
do
walking
too.
into like public places
Me
and stuff.
too.
And-
Yes.
Because I grew up, I just
Especially
couldn't do it
Terry.
anymore, you know?
Yeah. Well, you've done an amazing job considering that you suffer
Amazing,
from that.
I would say so.
Well,
Give
thank
yourself
you.
some credit.
Like
Well,
you
thank you.
challenge your weaknesses.
Yeah,
I like people like
I
that.
do too. I do
You
too.
really do.
Well,
You
thank
really
you.
challenge your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And you have a couple of lives as a Native American. It feels like
yeah.
Texas, New Mexico area, maybe Navajo. I'm not sure if the
Pueblo,
Navajo.
well, that was Pueblo and Navajo were more
Yeah.
toward Colorado and thereabouts. But yeah, you were both Native Americans, and I did get that area too, Southwest.
Interesting.
Okay,
Which is
interesting.
one reason you're very, and your mother was too, and she had
She
aspects.
always said that. And
you
no
serious?
psychic has ever said that to
Are
me.
you
How?
serious?
Yeah, she
I
said she
love
always
that.
said, okay, and this is strange, but she could lay out by the pool, and she was very fair skinned and whatever, and she
Yeah.
would tan like that.
Wow.
And she'd say, I think, you know, I have Native American blood or whatever.
that's
and
funny.
she'd say, and she was always very fascinated with that culture too. We have the Idle George Museum in Indianapolis.
Interesting.
It was her favorite museum.
Is
in
that
Indianapolis.
right?
Mhm, the Idle George Art Museum. Was
And
her
she had the
favorite
dream
museum.
catcher in the
she,
window.
She loved that
What,
stuff.
what
yeah.
Yeah,
museum was your
yeah.
favorite? What?
The Idle George Art Museum, and it's a Native American.
Oh,
museum.
how funny. Well, she was so connected to
Yeah.
the Native American culture, but also there was a Buddhist life for her.
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
like she's very connected with
Buddhism.
Buddhism as a practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whether she practiced or not, I don't know, but I feel like we're Buddhists for 36 years and we have been, you know, chanting. And I feel like your mother was very connected to that kind of tradition because she'd had past lives
Yes.
as a Buddhist.
Yes.
This is so strange. Okay, so you guys are like touching on some things nobody's ever said.
I'm glad
but,
to hear that.
So on my other channel, Peterisms, which is just like meditations and stuff I
Peterisms,
do.
that's cute.
I've talked on there a lot about. My mother was a woman of very strong faith as a Christian, but she really believed in like Eastern religions too.
Oh, really?
And she loved like Christ and Buddha as
Oh.
similar patriarchs or whatever.
We
and
kind
so
of think that way.
Yeah.
She loved this book
similar.
called Living Buddha, Living Christ, and she
Okay.
loved like
Okay.
the principles of like kindness, love, compassion.
Wow.
So that was that. But she loved Gregorian chants.
Oh, we do too.
And so
I
when
would've
my
loved your
mother,
mom.
so the night that she passed away, my aunt brought show tunes and Gregorian chants and played CDs. of
Oh,
them.
that
that was
really helped calm
That's
her and
beautiful.
helped her to pass, I
Yeah.
feel.
Oh, how
That's so
lovely.
weird.
How lovely.
Wonderful. Thank you. That
Thank you
is
so much.
It's always great when someone's willing to be honest and share about something a psychic says, because often we'll be tested and they'll be sort of like cynical enough that they won't want to validate.
Yeah,
So the validation is really important for any
I
psychic.
have to tell you, Peter, that this week we were so tuned into you that I had dreams.
She did.
3 dreams about you.
Really?
in a
Yes,
row.
you were coming in there.
I mean, I really feel like you're an old soul second level, Peter.
Very old soul.
So you're very old soul. Alex is an old soul. Second level means you're probably gonna come back. I hate to give you that news, but I think you're gonna come back
That's
again
okay.
and cycle around. Did you know you were a Pleiadian, by the way?
I don't even know what that means.
Okay,
Okay.
the Pleiades is the distant star system, the Seven Sisters planets,
Yeah.
and it's very evolved.
Yeah.
People look like you. They have the blue eyes, and you know, it's interesting, very tall. But you spent a lot of time in the Pleiades, and you have, well, the thing is about Pleiadians is they work well in groups, they're very creative,
Good at collaborating.
very good at collaborating.
It's so weird. Okay, I was obsessed with the movie Xanadu when I was a kid.
Oh.
And that's about the Seven Sisters.
Who's
That-
in that?
was that Olivia Newton-John?
Yeah, and I
God.
was obsessed with that movie
Oh,
when I
how
was a kid. And the
funny
sisters,
is
yeah.
that?
What was the big
I didn't even know
song?
anything
The
about
big
that.
song that ended up being the big one from that
Xanadu? Was it
Xanadu,
called
yeah.
Xanadu?
But what is it? How does it go? Trying to get him to sing. I'm trying to get him to sing.
A place. I don't know how it goes. They're roller skating around. I don't remember.
All I'm hearing is let's get physical.
Yeah.
Metaphysical.
Oh, that's a different
You're
movie.
dating us. You're dating
I'm
us.
telling you.
We date everybody. Yeah. Don't judge us.
There's so much to talk about. Do you think we should maybe do the next part?
Yeah,
start
'cause I
now
have
because there's
more
so
to-
much more information.
Yeah, we have more to share on
Share.
Peter's
Okay.
channel. Thanks so much, Peter,
Oh,
for
thank
joining
you.
us on our
Peter, it's been
channel.
a
Blast.
joy.
Come back. Please
You're
come
so much
back.
fun.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll
See you in the future.